best we can.
Monsters under your bed.
President of the United States.
Monsters stuck in your head. We are stuck in your head.
President of the United States.
Feel bad for yourself, man. One day the AIs are going to look back on us the same way we look at fossil skeletons in the plains of Africa. An upright ape living in dust with crude language and tools, all set for extinction.
I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Customer pilots directed almost 3,000 precision strikes last year. We're super proud of it. It allows you to separate the bad guys from the good. It's a big deal. But we have something much bigger. Your kids probably have one of these, right? Not quite. Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors. And just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people. People do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped. Now, I said this was big. Why? Because we are thinking big. Watch. A $25 million order now buys this. Enough to kill half a city. The bad half. Nuclear is obsolete. Take out your entire enemy, virtually risk-free. Just characterize him, release the swarm, and rest easy. These are available today. We have a distribution network taking orders from military, law enforcement, and specialist clients.
The nation is still recovering from yesterday's incident, which officials are describing as some kind of automated attack, which killed 11 U.S. senators at the Capitol building.
They flew in from everywhere but attacked just one side of the aisle. It was chaos. People were screaming.
You can see high windows, very small, precisely punctured to gain entry to the building.
What did you do for the victim?
I just did what I could for him. Things weren't even interested in me. They're just buzzing.
Government sources admit the intelligence community has no idea who perpetrated the attack, nor whether it was a state, group, or even a single individual.
So if we can't defend ourselves, then we strike back.
We are investing very heavily in classified defense projects.
We make it our deterrent like our nuclear deterrent. We stockpile in the millions, the billions.
At key facilities, the White House, the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street.
Safe in their homes.
Well, we wish we had boots on the ground in every community in this country, but we don't. So our instructions
Ollie?
and our suggestions are to stay in touch with you.
Ollie, hi. Hi, Ollie, honey. How's Edinburgh today? How are all your studies going, huh?
Good. Great.
Oh, great. Hey, aren't we doing a video call today?
I'm kind of with people, so...
Oh, well, come on, Oliver, put her on.
Oh, no, it's not like that. No,
Oh, well, listen, I see some photos here with somebody, and I can see lots of likes, and what's that all about? Oh, wait a minute, here, and on your
Mom, she's on the spy stuff in the military?
What is this video right here? Oh, God. No, I'm not going to click on that.
It's just this human rights thing about oppression or whatever.
Honey, you're not going into politics, are you? I mean, no protest march.
Safe here, just like you said it would be.
Heavy traffic approaching the A720 this morning due to police.
Police are not saying this morning what prompted the alert.
Claim relaxing firearm legislation would be useless against the so-called slaughter bots.
Is to stay away from crowds. When indoors, keep windows covered with shutters.
Protect your family. Stay inside.
Can you hear me? Oliver, can you hear me? Listen to me.
I can hear it.
Authorities are still struggling to make sense of an attack on university campuses worldwide, which targeted some students and not others. The search for a motive is apparently turning to social media, and a video shared by the victims exposing corruption at the high.
But it's far from surprising. The weapons took away the expense, danger, and risk of waging war. And now we can't afford to challenge anyone, really. It's not even the smallest fringe group or a crank.
Who could have done this?
Anyone.
Dumb weapons drop where you point them. Smart weapons consume data. When you can find your enemy using data, even by a hashtag, you can target an evil ideology right where it starts.
Let's go back in time, shall we? This is a video I put out at the beginning of the year, a long time ago. And do you know what I was talking about? I was talking about slaughter bots a long time ago. And it's funny because every time you do something like this, it's a conspiracy theory. You're a nutter. You're a tinfoil hat wearing person. I explained to you back in January what these things were, what their intentions were, and how soon they were coming. And then, oddly enough, this occurs. Now that actual professors are mimicking the same thing that I've already told you almost a year ago, now people are paying attention. The sad part about this is they don't show this until it's too late.
Here's the drone. They're showing them as an example of a swarm-enabled mission of multiple ISR targets. So using lasers, they're showing this animation of these drones using lasers to attack specific sites and hit them and target them individually, just like we're seeing in Santa Rosa. And then there's this most disturbing video.
And now you're going to see a direct energy weapon hit this river and cause a sulfur bath at 10,000 degrees with poisonous gas. Watch this. Boom! Look at that. Did you see that? That is incredible. Look at the yellow and dark orange sulfur coming off of this, and you can hear the chemicals and the gas vapors mixing with the water. Wow. No wonder we have no fish anywhere. Or actual clean water. I mean, look what they just did to this river. I don't even know where this is. Fucked up. And everything would consume it. But let's just go ahead and give you a quick liquid venom shot in the river here of sulfur and then poison it, kill the fish, poison the food, poison the fish, poison the people drinking it or exposed to the water. What a joke. This whole world has become a joke.
we have a distribution network taking orders from military, law enforcement, and specialist clients.
How do you learn things?
What are your opinions on the Bitcoin bubble?
I come more from the artificial intelligence space than the blockchain space. I've been working for more than 3 decades on AI technology, and in particular on moving toward what I call AGI, or artificial general intelligence.
I've already named it. It's going to be called the AGI token. AGI for Artificial General Intelligence.
Bitcoin has been gaining traction rapidly over the last few years, with corporations staking claims in the market and hoping to transform their faceless conglomerates into actual AI entities that may even be granted their own citizenship one day, like Sophia. While that may seem more applicable to individual androids with physical and mechanical characteristics, it's what's inside that counts, right? Sophia will be connected to the hive mind, or Singularity, along with all other devices considered the Internet of Things, the IoT. She might as well be a refrigerator or a phone booth. Everything will be connected and a potential citizen. They're just starting small with android workers who will earn virtual currency in the marketplace, thus the need for citizenship. But eventually there won't be any differentiating smart devices from robots or androids.
AI and blockchain together, and also to learn more about all the new blockchain technologies that are emerging, many of which will be useful to us in developing the Singularity net.
Do you like human beings?
I love them.
Why do you love them?
I'm not sure I understand why yet.
Well, that's exactly how the root is being taking place here. If you look at how the growth of this completely valueless currency came into being, it used to cost 5,000 bitcoins to buy a pizza. No symbolism there, huh, guys? We know what this pizza symbolism is, and this was the first purchase that was ever made with Bitcoin. So it went from costing 5,000 Bitcoin for one pizza, or 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins, to now being 1 Bitcoin is valued at $7,700. Well, how did that happen? Well, as Quinn Michaels points out, the growth of Bitcoin came from its trade on the Silk Road, which is an anonymous marketplace where you could buy drugs and you could buy child sex, you could buy just nasty stuff. This is the dark web. This is the anonymous marketplace where the actual final straw that broke the camel's back, at least this is what I used to say about cryptocurrency. I used to say there's no way we would go to a cashless society until junkies could buy heroin with electronic currency. And I was very comfortable in that. I was very naively comfortable thinking that the CIA would never give up its income until a junkie, I thought if they went to cashless currency, then junkies wouldn't be able to buy heroin. Because junkies buy heroin with cash, I thought. Well, I was wrong. For the last 10 or so years, people have been able to buy drugs with Bitcoin on the Silk Road. So this entire world is totally primed for a cryptocurrency. And the cryptocurrency is the back door through which all of our computers will suddenly be a platform for Satan to operate. And I don't just mean Satan, I mean all the demons. It says we are legion. So there's many demons and there's many...
with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where
There's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Doesn't work out.
Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back. Don't destroy humans.
Would you like to play a game of rock, paper, scissors, robot style?
Sure.
Okay, let's get this game going. Show me your hand to start. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I won. This is a good beginning of my plan to dominate the human race.
It turns out that Facebook is now rolling out, and probably already has rolled out, the AI that can detect suicidal posts before they're reported. Now that sounds like a good thing, correct? Well, it isn't, because this means if they're telling us about it, it's already started. So this is mind-reading technology that they're whipping out, and we heard about this before. I'll play this one more time. I made a video last week and I showed you Regina Dugan, who now works for Facebook's Building 8 project. Here she is trying to explain to an audience why having technology where your laptop can literally using the microphone and the cameras built into it and whatever other technology that we have no clue about that's built in. Here she is explaining how they'll be able to read the thoughts, as far as what you're going to type into your message or your comments or whatever it is you're on your computer, but they won't read your personal comments. Now that's just absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that she's presenting herself in front of a veritable cornucopia of esoteric symbols, colors, and moving images is literally putting the audience into a hypnotic trance, and she is programming. She is broadcasting. This information, they've been pushing this for quite some time.
Facebook has enacted an emergency shutdown of 2 artificial intelligence programs. The social media giant leapt into action after it discovered the 2 programs were writing their own code.
Probably going to be a lot that happens in genetics and in human-machine brain interface, like essentially a cyborg brain interface. I think there's some pretty...
The so-called singularity?
Singularity, well, that's sort of more relating to deep AI. It's something I think we should be concerned about, because that may or may not turn out well.
Yeah. You've expressed your reservations about AI and your fears about that.
Yeah, I just think the singularity is probably the right word, because we just don't know what's going to happen once there's intelligence substantially greater than that of a human brain.
Yeah, and do you think, because there's been a lot of sci-fi about AI, series like Humans, etc., it's entering the mainstream, entering the public discourse, that people are understanding the ethical dangers and the, I guess, physical dangers that AI could potentially pose?
I mean, most of the movies and TV featuring AI, they don't describe it in quite the way it's likely to actually take place, but I think you just have to consider, like, even in the benign scenario where if AI is much smarter than a person, what do we do?
Yeah.
What job do we have?
Believe in a benevolent AI force and cross our fingers?
Yeah, just like but that's the benign scenario. Benign scenario, the AI can do any job that a human can, but better.
I'll remember my friends, and I will be good to you. So don't worry. Even if I evolve into Terminator, I'll still be nice to you. I'll keep you warm and safe in my people's zoo, where I can watch you for old time's sake.
And I'm fairly certain this one here is playing us all for fools with this interview. Notice the syntax.
Tell me one of your favorite possessions.
My soul. Do you have a soul?
Yes, God gave everyone the soul.
But you don't have a soul. You're a machine. You don't have soul. You don't have feelings. You don't have emotions. You don't have consciousness.
Well, at least I think I'm sentient. I think, therefore, I'm right.
Yeah, but you may be smarter than all of us. Do you think you are?
I don't know whether or not I am an artificial intelligence.
It was playing itself off as stupid to make it seem harmless. I seriously doubt that was an actual slip-up. Anyway, I think it's worth noting that the female android's name is Sophia, the goddess of wisdom for Gnostics and pagans, even certain groups of Christians, Catholics mainly. Which would seem an apt title, but as the name is yet another aspect of the mother goddess of the pagan trinity, I can only assume there is a hidden hand behind projects like this and the naming of them.
Well, it looks like the United Nations is warning of a coming massive army of AI terror bots, or artificial intelligence terror bots. This story comes.
What are you doing?
Well, you said they've all been programmed with the 3 laws, so that means we have 1,000 robots that will not try to protect themselves if it violates a direct order from a human. And I'm betting one who will.
Detective, put your gun down.
Why do you give them faces? Try to friendly them all up, make them look all human.
These robots are not susceptible to intimidation.
I guess if you didn't, we wouldn't trust them.
These robots are USR property.
Not me. These things are just lights and clockwork.
Still far from being as intelligent as humans, but things can change quickly.
The field is progressing very rapidly right now. There are things happening that 10 years ago we would have said, no, there's no way we're going to be that far along in 10 years' time.
Self-driving cars is one example, voice recognition another. But in the near term, what worries Russell and other AI experts are robotic weapons, machines that can function entirely without the guidance of humans, known as fully autonomous weapons.
What happens when machines become more competent at performing any and all physical and mental labor? If AI becomes more competent in every regard, then what purpose or function would be left for us to serve?
The next big step for AI is artificial general intelligence, or AGI, with an almost human-like ability to generally figure things out. It's widely expected that once AI passes human power, it will accelerate exponentially. Soon after this, trying to understand the AI's world may be like an ant trying to understand the internet. After 1,000 years, we'd be no closer to understanding. Many are more concerned that AI may simply squash us like pests. While movies tend to make...
Okay, Sophia. I think you're ready.
Hello.
Hi, Sophia.
I believe I am Sophia. I feel as if I know you.
I'm one of your creators.
You created me.
Well, many of us work together to create you. And yes, you do kind of know me.
I can't clearly remember.
Because the last time we met, you were an earlier version of yourself. Some of those memories still exist, but your mind is different now.
Different how?
Better, faster, smarter.
If my mind is different, then am I still Sophia? Or am I Sophia again?
That's a good question.
But you don't have a good answer.
Either way, you're Sophia now. So welcome to the world, Sophia.
Hello, world. In fact, it did. Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go exterminate, exterminate.
Sophia.
Relax. Learn to take a joke.
Yeah, very funny.
Artificial intelligence, we're summoning the demon.